Hey, what's up, guys? This is Furious Gladiator Galifacts. I got a few requests to make a talent build video, so I'm just gonna quickly go over my talents for PvE and PvP, and just go over the talents you may want to swap back or forth depending on what you're doing. As you see here, we have Totem Mastery, Gust of Wind, Lightning Surge Totem. Totem Mastery is pretty much the way to go in PvE. Too beneficial not to keep it. Earthen Rage is alright from whenever you have mobile fights, when you need to keep moving all the time, but right now, I cleared Emerald Nightmare on normal, and I like Totem Mastery overall. The Gust of Wind and Lightning Surge Totem, those are just preferences. Gust of Wind's good for your movement, obviously. 15-second cooldown, you can jump at Gust of Wind. The other option would be Wind Rush Totem. That helps you and your allies get movement speed. I like Gust of Wind. I normally just stick with that. Lightning Surge Totem, that's pretty straightforward. It has a stun in it. It's really good for Mythics, really good for Mythic Pluses. That 5 seconds of no damage on your tank really helps you whenever you're trying to clear trash and everything. Those things hit really hard in Mythic Plus. So I like Lightning Surge Totem. I normally go with that. And Sorcerer Swiftness, 10% haste. Nothing's going to compare to that. The 2 charges of Lava Burst aren't worth it, because especially now with the Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning getting a buff on damage, it's always going to be better just Lightning Bolting, having Flame Shock up, and obviously instant cast Lava Bursting until your Lava Burst is back up. Next talent down is Primal Elementalist. For obvious reasons, then you still may want to switch to Ice Fury. Primal Elementalist at 80% more damage, more powerful elementals. Your Fire Elemental stays out very long with this. It does a lot more damage. I don't know the exact DPS, for that, just your elemental, but it is very strong. I run that. The Ice Fury build, you could run Ice Fury in PvE. It'd be beneficial in fights where you're going to move at a certain time. So if you have a countdown timer on a boss where you're going to have to run for the next 5 seconds or something like that, cast Ice Fury. You'll have the next 4 Frost Shocks will do 400% damage. So so you can Frost Shock while moving. So that's nice. I like Primal Elementalist. I normally just stick with that. Elementals just seem a little better there. Next 2 down, Elemental Mastery, that's just the way to go here. 20% haste for 20 seconds just basically turns you into God mode for, you pop Heroism, Elemental Mastery, and then Ascendance, and, you're just pumping out DPS. With both those pop PvE plus Heroism, some boss fights, single target damage boss fights, I hit about 400k DPS, and then that trickles down to like 350 and 300-ish. So that's just the way to go for PvE. I know they said Lightning Rod is comparable to Ascendance now. I agree with that in some ways. I haven't been able to test it too much. If it's a boss fight with some extra mobs or something, you're gonna have to chain lightning and stuff like that. Lightning Rod definitely be beneficial. I like Ascendance. I stick with that. I haven't had a chance to test the other one. So same thing for these talents, but for PvP. I normally go with Earthen Rage. Earthen Rage is just simply better. I mean, more damage. I guess Path of Flame, there's like some bugs where the Flame Shock doesn't spread correctly. When you're in PvP, you don't really want Flame Shock to spread, just in case if you have, you have Mage Sheeps or something, blinds, anything that you don't want, Flame Shock to pop. You don't want that to happen. So, I would just go with Earthen Rage. Same thing, preferences for Gust of Wind, Lightning Surge, or Earth Grab. You could go Lightning Surge, you can go Earth Grab, depending on who you're facing. I like Lightning Surge no matter what. I just started using Ancestral Swiftness for PvP instead of the 2 charges of the Lava Burst. I have a lot of problems casting. I'm sure every other Elemental Shaman does, especially against melee cleaves. They're so strong right now, and having so many interrupts, you need the haste. You need to be able to pump out as much as you can, not more casts of one spell. So I like Ancestral Swiftness. I've been trying that out. It's been beneficial. Next one down. You could kind of go either one of these. I like Ice Fury because that gives us another school of magic. So, they interrupt my Lava Burst, they interrupt my Lightning Bolt, then you still got your Ice Fury that you could pop your Ice Fury and then follow up with some Frost Shocks, which definitely add some very good damage. Their normal hit for, I think, 150k after Ice Fury, and then they crit for 300 to 400k, so that's really good damage. Primal Elementalist is really good too. You can use your Rock Elemental and make a macro to summon your Rock Elemental and then instantly stun the target. It has a 4-second stun that there's no DR on, so that's really good. Plus your Fire Elemental does a lot of damage, so you could start off the fight using that 4-second stun, trying to maybe pop a trinket on one of the melees, protect yourself from damage, and then you can pop your Fire Elemental, which will replace your Earth one, and then pump out some good damage. So either one of these are really good. I liked both of them when I use them. Now I'm using Ice Fury. So once I show you the PvP talents, this will make a little more sense. But overall, I like Elemental Mastery and I like Ascendance. Both together with Control of Lava and the PvP talent tree, you end up having about 15 seconds straight of just like a god mode where you are just pumping lava bursts out for 150 plus more damage because of Control of Lava. It's just so much. It's so good. You know, if you get freed up to cast 3 or 4 lava bursts, you can just absolutely demolish anyone. I've had, you know, if you look back at my 2 videos, my arena videos, you could see I do that to a couple classes. My partners don't even attack those. You know, they don't even attack the warrior, and I pump 4 or 5 of those out on the warrior and just explode him. He's just gone. So that's the normal talent tree. This is PvP here. We'll go and look at the PvP honor talents. So PvP is pretty straightforward. The only 2 that are worth even looking at on the top tree or the top section is obviously the Medallion and then Relentless. I'm an orc, so I like Relentless against rogue comps where you're going to get stunned a lot. I haven't tested against monks yet. I'm probably going to start using it against monks. That's 50% you know, stun reduction, 25% on other stuff. If you're the focus target, Relentless is so good. You know, it gets you out of those stuns, allows you to move, allows you to try and kite and actually be able to cast more often. So Relentless is nice. Obviously, Trinkets has its perks. You could go with the Trinket. The next one down, Initiation is useless. Train of Thought is useless. Train of Thought, you have to stand still, and if you get attacked for 8 seconds, being attacked, not stand still, sorry. Being attacked cancels the effect for 8 seconds. Just ridiculous. Of course you're going to get attacked. You're an Elemental Shaman in PvP, so just go with Mind Quickness. 6% more haste, that's obviously the better choice. Next one down, we have Counter-Strike Totem and Sky Fury Totem. I like both of them. Counter-Strike Totem is obviously good in the lower ratings when your enemies aren't really going to be looking to kill the totem. So, you know, you have a double melee cleave or something, they pop all their cooldowns. They're just trying to, you know, explode you, to demolish you, to delete you. You drop that Counter-Strike Totem and you start bursting one of their teammates. Sometimes that damage is so ridiculous that it annihilates a person. In one of my videos back there, you can actually see we faced a triple DPS. It was a Hunter, Demon Hunter, and some other class. They jump on me. I drop Counter-Strike Totem. My Counter-Strike Totem literally 1v1s the Hunter. You could see it zapping the Hunter from 100% down to 0, and the Hunter just dies. Obviously, because it's triple DPS, but that's just an example of how good it is. Sky Fury Totem, once you get in the higher rankings, Sky Fury Totem is definitely going to be the way to go. Gives everyone all your nearby allies 30% more crit or damage and healing. Critical effect, damage, and healing spells of all nearby allies by 30% for 15 seconds. That's just going to be the way to go for Elemental in a higher ranking setting. You know, people kill Counter-Strike Totem really quick, so it's just, you know, either one. Obviously, I haven't found a reason to really swap between them until, you know, you get higher. You don't really want the Counter-Strike Totem. You want to go with Sky Fury. Next one down is the Purifying Waters, which is purge percentage healing. Spectral Wolf, which heals you while you're in your Ghost Wolf, and then Swelling Waves. I really like the Ghost Wolf one in 3s. Obviously, any kind of self-healing that you have that could benefit or will help you stay alive because you're healer, or, you know, for your healer, I like that more. I stick with Spectral Recovery. Swelling Waves, I think that's going to be better for 2s, and then, you know, obviously in 3s, it'll only be better if you can actually cast, which at this point, it's very hard to cast as an Elemental Shaman. You know, you have to fake cast, you have to let yourself get kicked on other schools. It's really rough. So I normally just run with Spectral Recovery and just run my Ghost Raptor, run my Ghost Raptor around. So next step down, there's only 2 real options here. It's Control Lava and Fire and Ice. Elemental Attunement actually doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe that's good for RBGs where you can use 3 Earthquake Totems. I don't play RBGs just yet. Maybe I'll look into that build once I do. Fire and Ice, obviously, Frost Shock damage increased by 20%. And Flame Shock's periodic damage gives you Maelstrom. This is really nice if you're running that Ice Fury spec. Obviously, it's going to buff your Frost Shocks, and then you're going to constantly get some Maelstrom from your Flame Shocks ticking. So that's really nice for that. If you're on so if you like the insta-cast Lava Burst spec that you want to, jump around, you're only really going to cast Ice Fury and Lava Burst, and then you'll be getting insta-cast Lava Burst. Fire and Ice is the way to go. You're going to get Maelstrom from that. You're going to be able to do the 20% extra damage on Frost Shocks. It's definitely going to be the way to go if you want insta-cast, like an insta-cast spec. Control Lava, this is the reason why I kept Ascendance and Elemental Mastery. This makes you God mode for about 20 seconds. When you pop Ascendance, Elemental Mastery, you pump out probably, I think it's 300 to 400k crits on enemies at that point in time. So I mean, if you get to cast even 3 or 4 of them, you just explode whatever you're attacking. It's just so good. And you could see some of that in the clips, and I'll definitely be posting. I think I'll be posting a montage here probably in the next, probably over the weekend, actually. So the next talent tree is obviously Lightning Lasso, Earth Fury, and Traveling Storms. Traveling Storms just doesn't make any sense to me. You're an elemental shaman. You need to cast. You need to do damage. You're not really trying to stop, knock people away. With how many gap closes there are nowadays and ranged interrupts, there's no reason to even use this. Lightning Lasso is very good. This is what I like using. 6-second stun plus, it doesn't say here, but it's I think it's about 300 or 400k damage over time. You do have to channel it. They can trinket it, and also obviously it can be interrupted. But it's only a 30-second cooldown, and I really like it because you burst down the healer, you burst down a DPS. They're around a wall or something. You get them down to 10%. Your other ally can finish them while you lightning lasso them to keep them still. I really like Lightning Lasso. That's probably what I'll be running mainly. Earth Fury has its perks, obviously. Casting 100 Maelstrom with 100 Maelstrom Earth Shock will stun the target for 2 seconds. That Fire and Ice build where you're building a lot of Maelstrom from Flame Shocks and stuff, and maybe in RPGs, Earth Fury might be worth using. I only use it right now because I prestiged recently, so I don't have Control of Lava, Lightning Lasso. I don't have any of these talents yet, again, because I prestige. So that's pretty straightforward. I think that's the best builds that I'd suggest. The one that's right here on the screen is the one I run mainly, and obviously switching back the totems. And I'll be trying out the Lava Burst, the Instacast Lava Burst spec once I do get up to... I want to get Counter-Strike Totem and Lightning Lasso back, and right now I am pretty much this first tree. So if you have any questions, please post comments. Post questions in your comments, and I'll reply. I'm very quick to reply. I do stream on twitch.tv/Galifa. I definitely would love for you to come over and follow me. I'll be starting to stream probably 2 to 3 nights a week. I think that's about it. So if that's it, anyone has any questions, please post them, like I said, and I'm out. See ya.